All right, guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris, Unholy Jesus.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Media Hijack, episode number 137. Tonight, main topic, we're going to be talking about the recent UFOs that's been shot down by these F-22 fighter pilot jets. I'm saying it wrong, but yeah.
Will Smith flying around shooting them down, and
this is almost like a continuation from last week's episode where we talk about the Chinese balloon.
This is part 2.
Yeah, this is like part 2, but more stuff happened.
Even crazier.
Yeah, they're like, how many did they shoot down? 3 unidentified objects?
They don't know, and they're not trying to tell us what it is.
They're like, yeah, we don't know what it is, but we can tell you it's not from out of this world. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm listening.
Like, oh, so it's from, they're saying it's
Dimension X.
It's terrestrial. It's not, it's not outside of this world. It's from, I don't know.
Another dimension?
No, maybe like another military base from Russia dropping out new tech and shit. Getting caught up.
I think it's the man. The man is making it. The human beings are making this shit.
Well, the way they're saying it, they're saying, yeah, but it's not from out this world. So they're probably saying, like, yeah, we got tech to match that. So they're saying, if we can shoot it down, out of this world, what? We shot it down with like some old school technology, F-22 jet. We made this way back then.
1960 something shit.
How are you being caught up with one of these old school rockets, right? These primitive technology. Because if they're so advanced, they're zipping out in and out this dimension or in and out this world. Why they can't dodge a missile from an F-22 fighter jet?
It's fake.
That's why they're like, yeah, if we can shoot it down, then it's human.
If it bleeds, it dies.
Yeah, basically, like if we can catch it, it's not out of this world. It's within the bounds of this realm, this world, this earth. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about that for a little bit, and then I have like a couple of other weird stories from around the net. A lot of strange news. Like if you guys like mermaids, I got a mermaid story for you guys. Who like mermaids? And then I got like a tale of a mythical creature that's been caught like in the Philippines. Not caught, but there's like a scare going on right now with the mythical legendary folklore in the Philippines.
It's not the Pepsi challenge again, is it?
No, this is far more.
This is worse.
This is far more like, beyond the veil.
All right.
Pepsi is that's greed.
Right. That's man-made.
Yeah. Then Chris is gonna talk about
I got some stuff. I'm talking about I got AI story.
Ooh, why?
And I got another good one. I can't remember right now, but I got another good one.
AI is definitely becoming the norm of the discussion in our podcast.
Yes, man, that's the new wave right now. So I got AI story, and I'm gonna talk about this Ohio train crash, which is horrifying.
What Ohio train crash?
Oh, we're gonna talk about it. These people are in danger to me. We're gonna talk about this. This is gonna be the new conspiracy for the next 20 years.
Jesus Christ!
I promise you.
Okay, all right. Before we get started, if you guys want to buy some official Media Hijack t-shirts, head over to themediahijack.com. Grab you some t-shirts. Chris is not wearing his today. No. But if you want proof, you can come check the show out. Also, if you guys want to visit our Reddit page, you can visit our Reddit and join the community. Post whatever you guys want. If it's good, Chris will tell me about it, and I'll go check it out. Yeah. Also, if you guys want to catch the replay for this live Twitch video, you can head over to our YouTube page. I usually post it every Wednesday, so the episode will be right there, along with the audio. And then don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, your audio listeners. Scroll down, give us that 5-star frog splash, leave us a little comment. And yeah, when we get like a lot of comments, we're going to read it all at one time.
Yeah. The good and the bad.
The good and the 1 stars.
The good and the 1 stars.
All right, moving on. All right, so first topic for the night. So, U.S. shot down a cylindrical UFO off the coast of Alaska. So, this will be like minus the Chinese balloons.
Yes, this is the new saga.
The total will be like a total of 3 unidentified flying objects that they shot down.
Yeah.
Altogether 4, but 3 is like the new number.
3 is the new number for balloons, for Chinese balloons, right?
Well, one is the Chinese balloons. The other one, they didn't officially said what it was it? Because they're still collecting the debris and then trying to figure out what exactly.
Yeah, what exactly was? They said like might have had a sensor on it. Yeah, something.
Yeah. Because according to the reports, a USS F-22 pilot jet shot down an unidentified object flying over Alaska on February 10th. That was just a few days ago, about 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Object was described as cylindrical silver gray with no propulsion and was reported to be about the size of a small vehicle. I'm assuming the size of like a small Prius or a Honda Civic, something small. But still, like something was flying out there, And they're like, hey, F-22 pilot, shoot that shit down, man. That shit is in our airspace. It's becoming like a threat to like these commercial airlines that's flying around,
Yeah. Well, which one was this? Which one was this one? This was off the Canada one? Or?
This is the Alaska one, February 10th.
Oh, February 10th one, sorry. Because I have a timeline on my thing. I got a timeline on the website put up of all this stuff.
So this object was flying approximately 40,000 feet and was determined to be unoccupied. So it's kind of like a drone.
Yeah.
Like an unmanned drone just flying around out there, and then they shot it down, found no bodies. Because it's a small vehicle. They're like zipping out in and out this little airspace.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, the military's like, hey, man, shoot that shit down. Like, they showing off or what? Or what? They forgot about a contract that we have?
Yo, it's like, hey. Thought we had a deal. Yeah, so so I remember the United States government too coming out saying it seemed like they emphasized too, like, hey, the stuff we're shooting down are not manned by people. I took that as like a are y'all trying to be choosy with your words? Like, it ain't human. I don't know. I'll be looking deep into some of the stuff they've been on, these explanations they've been given. I mean, because they was very specific about they're not manned by people that we've been shooting down. I'm like, and it's all about, to me, it's about wording a lot. I'm like, okay, you say people, but alien, do y'all consider alien a people? I don't know. Y'all didn't say like a living being was in it. Y'all saying it wasn't manned by people. So I don't know.
So you think like if they actually found like aliens, right? And then if they treat them badly, would they still apply to like the same rules like how we treat people here? Like, because they're different, like, because they're black. Now because they're an alien, like, hey, you guys can't be discriminating against these people from these other planets, dimensions, wherever they're from.
No, I will say that the rules would not apply to them, because if anybody,
so they would just stomp them out.
Yeah, you ever seen the movie District 9?
I vaguely remember a little bit.
It's a damn good movie that nobody really talks about anymore, but it was about how aliens eventually, I guess they came to Earth or something. Long time since I've seen this movie, mind you guys. So I might get this a little messed up a little bit, but the premise is still the same. Aliens either want coming to Earth or whatever in a peaceful way, and something happens. They either lose a fight against with humanity or whatever. But somehow aliens want to become citizens on Earth themselves too. I think in Johannesburg, South Africa, that's where a lot of them live at, and they're like living in impoverished areas. They're like, there's citizens, but like last place citizens. They like have no rights. They get bullied, beat up by humans, all types of stuff. And then this reporter, there's like some kind of resistance movement going out there. And the premise of the movie is like this reporter winds up getting affected with like a weapon they're trying to use, because the aliens got a weapon that they're trying to turn everyone on Earth the same race as them, as the aliens. But the reporter winds up getting it, and he starts transforming to them throughout the movie. But throughout the movie, he starts realizing like, holy shit, these aliens shouldn't be treated like this, like, because he's becoming one himself too. But he's like learning throughout the movie, like, oh my god, what we've been doing this whole time has been wrong.
They're like, we're repeating history.
Yes, we are just messing these aliens all up for what? Because of aliens.
Like, we did this before. Like, get off him, Tyrone.
Like, damn,
get off him, Tyrone. We've been through this before. Like, stop.
Yeah. So I can see like I can't see them having any type of real rights if they land here.
That's sad, man.
Yeah.
I will get to why it's sad, because I kind of felt their presence. I'm like, in my visions, I'm like, hey,
they here.
Hey, I'm cool with you, man. Yeah, like, you cool. We're cool with. I'm cool with you. It's like that, like, because it's almost like they're trying to like have like a handout, like, hey, like, we just want to be cool. We don't want to get fucked up. It's like that. It's like they're scared,
I was wondering too.
Wait, let me get the chat real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Roll Jam says, I'm wondering why they're not calling it a UAP. That's funny, because they're not calling it a UAP. They're calling it unidentified. Even though they were the ones
object, they was the one that coined the term to call it UAP, right? That was what they wanted to call it.
Because that would be like, it's unidentified aerial phenomenon. So I'm guess they're saying it's not a phenomenon no more. It's just like a flying object that they can't identify.
I don't get why they changed it in the first place. I always felt like when they changed that, they were trying to be politically correct. I'm like, bro, this is UFO. Like, why are y'all trying to be neat with it? Like, unless y'all trying to be polite to something that a race we don't know about. Y'all ain't trying to offend them.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't trying to hurt them feelings. Their feelings you ain't trying to hurt.
They're trying to, like make sure like in the future they can't get tied down to saying something incorrect.
We would never been UFO is such a that's their word. We never said it.
It's like back then when they just drop N bombs like it's
yes,
nothing.
exactly.
And then you fast forward like 10, 20 years, like, hey, now we're gonna pull up all the footage where you said
UFOs.
You said UFO in all these films,
and you got a TV show.
It offensive.
And we have a TV show. You know, had a TV show called X-Files was heavy UFO based.
Yeah, like find a director, all those actors. Hey,
y'all made up.
They're in trouble, and you guys owe us a lot of money.
The aliens are like,
they're like, why you guys need money? Hey, that's your currency. It's like I can't buy bread unless I need this. I need this.
If I'm gonna be here, I need this. So
yeah, it's like, what? You guys gonna give me free food? It's like I don't run this place, man.
Like, but I mean, I need your money though. Yeah, no, because I was I could see like the aliens being like, look, man, y'all spent decades slandering our name, making people scared of us. Y'all need to call something different. UFO is connected to fear. Y'all need to come up with like a rebranding humanity. They tried it. It didn't work.
Better get that shit straight. It's UAP.
That probably came from the aliens. Like, call us this. This is what we want to be called.
No, I think Hillary is behind it.
Is it Hillary?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know, man. She got lizard eyes, though.
I think they all do, man. All the politics. Every last one of them.
Man, get that kid blood out your mouth. Roll Jam says, I always thought there would be a sequel to District 9. Would aliens still have feelings? Like they were worried about how we felt about them. Almost like they would get rid of feeling just to keep up with advancement. Here's the thing, like what I've read so many books, dude, about like people being under hypnosis and then like their soul is actually from like other planets and stuff.
Yeah.
There's not just one type of alien. There's so many different types of aliens, and there's bad ones here too. Like the one that has like like a dark path, and they don't give a fuck about their feelings because they don't even have feelings. Because there's aliens here, like alien entities, like the grayers or whatever, the short grays. They don't even have like no like emotion or nothing, no empathy. All they're trained to do, like they're here to collect whatever DNA material and study humans because like we're, according to like what I read, we're like one big ass fucking project and we're just being visited by like a higher race to come and check on us.
Make sure we wipe each other out.
Like see if we're on the right path and shit. And we fucked around with atom bombs. They're like, man, who the fuck fucking taught them how to make atom? Like the thing with the atom bombs is that they gave us that recipe for something else. It wasn't for a weapon.
I believe that.
So it backfired.
I believe that. I'll give you a perfect example of why. In some kind of way where it may have been a gift to us.
Yeah, for something else, not for killing.
I'll give you the perfect example. When, not to beat up on white people, but when Europeans was going around the world and trying to colonize locations, perfect example of this is when they entered like the Asian territory, like China, and they discovered gunpowder through fireworks. And Chinese people over there are like, hey, yeah, did we use this for celebrations and stuff? And
they saw it as something else.
They saw it as like, hey, blow up in the sky. What if we could blow up people with it? And they took the gunpowder and started making guns, and that's how I started taking over the world. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So this is the same thing again in my eyes. It's like an ability we could have used something better with it. Y'all want to just test it in the ocean?
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good example. It's like all right, we give you the tool. It's like, all right, we give you a knife to cut fish and cut meat.
Yeah.
But we didn't know you're gonna use it to stab people.
Yeah.
And then they end up like using the knowledge of making a knife to making swords, chopping people up. They're like, all right.
That's not what it's supposed to be a tool to eat, but you turn it into weapons.
Hey, Anthony Hanzo. What the fuck? This dude's like chopping heads and shit.
Oh, they discovered gunpowder? Oh my god, they're making guns. Okay, we're gonna nuclear technology. We're gonna figure out how to do nuclear fusion. Oh my god, they're making bombs.
Yeah, let's give them like nuclear energy so they can like give unlimited power to the people. Like, oh my god, they made a bomb from that. They're like, god damn, like we can't give them nothing.
Can't give them nuts. I see. Look.
Give them scissors, they make like a human shredder.
You're right.
Like, oh my god, we can't give them nothing.
They made a gun that shoots knives. Like,
here's gunpowder. What the fuck is that? A machine gun? They're like, what the fuck is?
Like, oh my god, they're making sarin gas. They're poisoning people. Like what?
they're like back. They go up to their accounts. It's like, hey, Todd, you saw that shit? I told you. You gave him that gunpowder. Look what they're doing now. There's a war going on down there, dude. Civil wars, World War I, and they're fighting with guns and shit now.
They're probably like, man, like what? They all try off each other, but over color. Like they got the same toes, the same hands.
Oh, they fighting for land?
The same body.
They fighting for like territory?
It's not like there's a race taller than any other race. It's just
and then they're just the same people. They're in the council like, man, I don't
know.
Like could we just give up on this human race? Like, hey, who project was this?
No, I mean it's like, no, we want to see how this ends. Hold on.
They're like, let me call God.
Hold on, Todd.
Who project is this, God? It's like, hey, it's your project, guys. I gave you. This is your shit. Like, you've been doing this shit since the dinosaurs.
I gave you guys the tools. What did y'all do? What did y'all do wrong?
Make your perfect human race. They're like, all right, we're going to manipulate DNA now. Tread lightly. Tread lightly, my friends.
What if we just, like, we're actually, like, in an alien classroom with, like, a school project?
I think we are.
Yeah, we're trying to be presented to the
We're
alien
actually
teacher.
in a class right now, and
right?
our souls are listening to us talk about this, and they're probably like in the back of the class just laughing, like, look at these motherfuckers.
They don't even know. They don't even know.
They're in the back, like, yeah, with a dry erase board, like,
alien dry erase board.
look at Billy and Chris out here on the show, just talking like they know, like we out here in the back watching them, and they're just watching us.
Oh, look at these like little humans in this podcast. They almost got it figured out.
Hey, if that's true, cut the lights out. All right.
See, that's,
you know why? Because we know you guys.
Yes,
we know you guys. That's illegal.
They're trying to make us look like we're lying.
You guys, that's illegal. They can't be coming up here doing all these illegal stuff, turning lights off. Making it seem like they exist.
Yeah,
they'd be like, "Hey, don't cut that light off." I bet that he wants to cut the light off. They're like, "Hey, you better stop. I'm gonna tell the teacher."
Ooh, sit down.
Because you're not supposed to interfere with the humans.
Leave him be.
Slapped his hand. I didn't imagine that's exactly what happened. They slapped that dude's hand. Like Billy, like altered dimension.
Yeah, another dimension. Man, but no, this shit's getting weird out here, man. These sky streets, man. It's just getting weird out here.
Yeah. We definitely went to a different direction.
Oh, hell yeah.
I gotta go pee so bad though.
Do your thing, man.
Be right back. And we're back.
All right.
What else you got about this UFOs that they've been shooting down lately? Imagine being like a UFO. I'm not an alien from another dimension, another reality, or another planet, and you're coming out here, and there's a green light on your head by the military from every single country. If they see something they cannot identify with the radar, they got green light to shoot you down.
Would I show up here if I was a UFO alien?
If you're already here and you knew about that, like you get word on the street, you go to your alien forums, like, hey, there's a green light on our head.
Gotta dip.
Military's out here to just shooting us down now. Like the contract is over or something, or somebody broke the contract and they're saying like, hey, we see you out in our space now, we're gonna shoot you guys down. Because like this is one footage that I saw where they show like the ISS, where they got footage on top of the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean, where they see a fleet of lights, right? Like imagine it being like 300 boats all together just going through like the Pacific Ocean. But they're saying like this cannot be boats because a lot of the lights are too close together. So they're saying maybe this could be like a whole bunch of what they call those the one that come out from the oceans.
Like a creature or something, or
no, like alien spaceship that come out the ocean. There's a different term for them.
It is.
Yeah,
Did we talk about it?
Yeah, it's like unidentified something.
Oh, we did have. There's a term for it because it's not like unidentified flight. Submerge or something like because it's coming from. It's not coming from the sky. It's coming from the ocean. There's a different term for it.
Well, so they're saying like it's like a bunch of unidentified objects that's like going above the ocean. And there's a lot. You see like the footage from like the camera that they got from the ISS. Yeah. It's just a fleet of lights, like a whole bunch. Imagine a whole bunch of Christmas lights traveling on the ocean. And I'm like, holy shit, this looks like a fucking invasion to me. Or a retreat invasion. No, I say that wrong.
Or no, what if it's this? What if we invaded their planet? We got put down here with something else already here.
I don't think we're capable
to fight them. Because sometimes I think about like what was here before humans. I think a lot of people think that
dinosaurs.
Like it couldn't have just all been like dinosaurs. It had to be some kind of
caveman,
something,
Neanderthals,
missing link, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
we'll never find the missing link.
Whatever we looking for, like it could have just been life on this planet. Because the way they try to talk about sometimes with sea life, and the deeper they go down, and these marine biologists and all these other scientists speak about how it's just it would be almost equivalent to another planet going down there. Creatures who ain't never seen the surface or whatever. Creatures that have been around untouched by humans. Because this is one thing I realized too, and this is like games like The Last of Us and the TV show The Last of Us have shown me is like with nature, if humans aren't there, nature thrives, nature lives, and the ocean is one of the places like humans can't really get to. We can't really get down that far. So ain't no telling what the hell's been living down there for who knows how long before we even became in existence. And they might have squatters' rights on this planet. They've probably been here way longer before we got here.
Yeah.
So maybe they kind of like, hey, it's time to take back our planet because y'all messing these oceans up.
Get the title back with Title Max.
We was cool being neighbors, but now y'all being messy neighbors, humans.
Like, yeah, we were cool, like being underground, have our underground bases and our underground cities, but like, no, we're taking our title back. We were here before you guys. We're above, like living like above Earth and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be here. We got brought here just like you guys. They're like, what do you mean, you guys? It's like you guys know what you are, right? Like what?
Tell us.
Like the humans, like what are we? You guys are a one big project. Your DNA has been manipulated by a monkey. Like say that one more time.
And then some humans gonna be like, but Jesus put us here. Like,
Jesus?
But Jesus and God, like.
Yeah, Jesus was it's like one of the advanced souls, like to get us on like a soul path, because like our soul is beyond this world. Like this is just one.
This is one layer.
One silly planet, like one silly class. Think of it as like a regular English class.
We just here, get our lessons, keep it moving.
Yeah, and then somebody happens to manipulate like the DNA of like the monkeys that was already here before us, and like because we're so close to monkeys, we can actually donate blood to a monkey, and the monkey will live.
What?
Because it's like our shit is like 90% compatible with monkeys.
So can we take monkey blood? Can
somebody look that up?
Somebody please.
But what I read in a book, I heard that our blood is like good enough to like give a blood transfusion to a monkey, and the monkey be like, hey, thank you. Thank you, humans. That's how close we are to a monkey. So they're saying like it's impossible for us to find the missing link because our DNA has actually been manipulated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know the little double helix?
Mm-hmm.
They're saying like humans way before there used to be like more than 2 helix that's connecting our DNA. There used to be like 7 or 8 different strands.
Ooh, I just saw something.
What did you find, Chris?
I had to look it up. I had to get on it real quick. The Rheus factor is it limited to humans? So I guess that's like just the blood, the Rh factor, transfusion of blood. So in theory, chimpanzees and gorillas could donate blood to humans and vice versa, provided they have the same blood type. So you can't get no gorilla with no different blood type though. You still gotta be.
But it's possible. You could do it. So just like us,
and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not just saying stuff out my ass.
Oh, no, I'm glad. Look, this show about learning and having fun.
I'm glad you looked it up because now, it makes
I want you to feel
good.
confident about it. Yes, that's why I looked it up.
Because I was like 90% when I said that. I was like,
I'm sure I heard this on the podcast.
Somebody looked this up real quick. Yeah. But now I'm like 100,000%. Yeah. You're like, hey, chimpanzee, like you're low on blood. Oh, you'll be positive too? Hey,
let's be friends.
Look it up. I'm like on the table, right? I was like, I'm getting so high right now.
Man, I wouldn't want no blood from no chimpanzee though, man. They hyper.
No, I'll give them my blood.
I don't want that either. They aggressive as shit, man.
What if that's your ancestor?
Nah, they ain't me. They ain't my people. I don't know. I think gorillas are cooler anyway. Gorillas are way cooler. Gorillas do sign language, bro. Gorillas do sign language. They're like, ooh, 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 ooh. And they be killing it.
They might take that like offensive.
I'm like, what'd you call me? The gorilla stands up.
They're like, hey, we watched you on that one podcast, Chris.
Oh, you that motherfucker. You him.
But guess what? Like, we know how to speak like you now. We didn't like that.
Ah, man. Chimpanzees is crazy though.
Like your blood, huh? snatch. They grab it by the ankles. Like, whose blood?
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, I've always only been closely related to like the to this side of. I think if anybody's going to carry on this world after us, when humans finally cause each other to go extinct, it'd be these guys.
What?
Chimpanzees, gorillas.
Oh yeah.
They're like, damn, we learned from humans. Because watch them. Because when they take over, then they'll have schools like, for 800 years we were kept in zoos. We were kept in zoos. They're gonna tell the gorilla kids, the chimpanzee kids,
thousands of years.
Thousands of years. They kept us in zoos.
Our ancestors was locked up in cages, made from metal.
And they made racist movies about us, like King Kong. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can really go in on humanity. They can, after we gone, they were like, My great granddad used to be in
They dragged their ancestors through the dirt with their silly movies.
I mean, like gorillas, be like, yeah, my great grandfather, he used to be in Atlanta Zoo, and yeah, that was back during the old days. But we free now after humans wiped themselves out.
Top floor,
and we got rid of all the guns. we destroyed all the guns. That's the first thing I do. Destroy guns.
But we kept the atom bomb.
We kept the bombs though. Kept all the bombs. But
right. So the Pentagon and the White House declined to give a detailed description of the object, and the U.S. Officials they didn't want to say where these objects came from, or they're trying to speculate like where could it be, like the origins of it. I don't know. I think to me, if they're saying like it's from like this world, it's definitely from another country. They're playing with like advanced technology that I think every other country that's dealing with advanced technology, they all have the same stuff.
Here's my take on it too, and this is something I kind of caught on to. At first, China was cool enough with taking the blame for the balloons. It was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that was us. But now going forward, China's like, well, what y'all shooting down ain't us anymore. So we don't know what y'all shoot down. Uh-huh. And I guess the U.S. is trying. I don't know what the U.S. is trying to say because they're trying to be tight-lipped about it, but they ain't saying it's China anymore. And another thing too, China's also trying to say too, well, y'all getting mad at us for sending balloons over there, but back in 2022, which I didn't notice till early today, and I'm not surprised by this. China's already saying that, well, y'all getting mad at us for sending balloons over here. Back in 2002, America sent 10 balloons over to us. So America's been doing the same thing before too, sending like spy balloons. I'm
pretty sure they do that, and way more other shit.
Yeah, way more. So I'm like, I'm not surprised.
A bunch of unmanned drones doing fucking dropping bombs?
Come on.
Like from, I don't know, like from his little apartment in Atlanta and shit, and he's operating a drone in Iraq, going out there just dropping bombs on these little villages just to kill one person, but they end up killing like fucking 10 families and shit. And
then they go on a lunch break after just wiping people out.
Yeah, just eating a regular jelly sandwich. Like, damn, I just destroyed the whole village.
On my lunch break, I'm gonna watch some TV.
Hey, that one village, done.
He's gone. The target is gone, and so is the whole village. So.
How do you sleep at night?
You gotta be a psychopath. Well, actually, the disconnect is the disconnect, because it's like, to them, it's probably like playing a video game. They probably have to take it on that kind of type of level.
I think they would have to, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They have to keep their mindset like it's a game,
It's all for the greater good, some shit.
Because I would think, like, when it actually hits you, it's just too overwhelming.
Man, you just offed all these people.
Yeah.
They ain't do nothing.
How do you even live, man?
They're like, I just go to bed.
That's so crazy. You have to be like super numb, like emotionally.
Psychotic, man.
Like that part of your brain that has empathy for people.
Gone.
Bloop, locked out, and then that shit's guarded by like an alien race.
You gotta believe
your brain like this.
Standing guard.
They're like, what? You're not gonna get through this door.
Where you going, big man? Like bouncer style. Where you going, big man? Hold on.
It's like he's an expert of operating drones from thousands of miles away. I wish you would get access to his empathy folder in his brain.
You wish they would?
It's just locked out. Like that's why, like, when they end up getting out of the military, they're like fucking damaged. Like,
no, they're all messed up in the head. It makes sense.
Gotta be. Fuck.
Yeah, because taking out people ain't like stepping on bugs. It's different.
I can't even imagine, and I don't even want to.
No, man.
I can just feel it in my gut, like, ooh.
Like, do I really want
you want that on your soul? That's heavy, dude. And that's some heavy stuff to take on.
And it's different for like you fighting for your life in a situation. You know, you about to die. You got to fight for your life. I think it's different. You just kind of like
Right.
flying a drone, unsuspecting person. Press F for drop.
R.I.P.
Doo-doo.
Damn.
Press F to drop the damn bomb from a predator drone. I'm like, all right, lunch break. And
Yeah, there's a market for like mental therapy.
yeah, it's a huge market.
It's
It's a huge market. Huge.
You got any mental therapists like shops opening up locally? Give me that green light.
No,
That's
you
all I
wait
have.
for it.
Give me that green light, dude. Yeah.
That's why you got to keep up politics, man. Wait to see how the political ocean moves, and then jump on that shit.
Yeah, I'm like wait for like the jump rope game.
Yes. Double Dutch. You got to wait
Ready,
before.
ready to jump in and shit.
Who? Jump right
Who
in.
got experience?
I'm in.
Let's go. Let's go.
But yeah, we're gonna still be on the lookout for this UFO saga. I got nothing else on it because they don't know nothing and we don't know nothing at this point.
You think like it's like an invasion, or you think like it's like trying to get rid of parasites on this planet? Like, just say like, for example, these UFOs, unidentified flying objects, has been roaming around Earth for a long time already, but they just didn't get the green light to shoot them down yet. But now what I'm hearing, I think Robert sent me this, there's people talking about like they have like something where they gave them the green light where they have permission to shoot down any unidentified flying object now.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. I did hear about that. I did hear
with
about
the
that.
MUFON.
Yeah, they did. Like
I
they
don't know what that
like.
stands for, but
I think Canada and U.S. are like, Joe, shoot everything down. If it ain't commercial airlines or anything like
it's
this.
almost like something happened, like some like internal contract, but then different entities where they're saying, all right, this shit's over. Every man for himself.
It might be one of them things. Is like in a movie, we see like a parent and his family going through like some wild shit, and then the family's life is in danger, and then the father has to like protect the family, and the little kid is like, "Daddy, what's going on?" "Hey, don't worry, son or daughter. Everything's gonna be fine. You know, I'll be right back. Everything's gonna be fine." But the father goes out there and like starts fighting for his life and killing everybody. I feel like that's what it is right now. We're the children. Everything's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. It's just routine stuff.
Hey, what's going on?
They don't want to tell us it's a damn war.
Hey, what's going on?
Their dad. They're not trying to tell us anything.
Why is all this stuff flying out the sky?
Just go back watching the Grammys and Super Bowl, and you guys will be fine. Oh shit, they're flying back. All right, bye. Taking off again in the jet.
Damn.
I feel like that man. Because imagine how this world would react if they tell us that aliens are real, that there's life outside this planet. It'd be a game changer. I don't think people realize how much it would change. People that question reality, this would change everything.
I think now would be like
Everything.
the perfect time to actually say all that is real, because I don't think people would freak out like they would 10 years ago.
It's a little different now. More people, even something I read before saying that there's more people right now believe in even people who are religious. Most people believe that life outside of this earth exists right now. So
That's good.
It might be because I think more people learn about how big space is and just how the universe is. It's like it's on a ratio number, on a mathematical level, impossible for it to be us alone.
Yeah.
It's too, you know what I'm saying? It's all this space and we are the only ones. Like, so even religious people would.
But we're pretty far away from like the other places that actually have like life.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
I mean, I don't know. It could be one of them things. It's kind of
Just
like
what I heard.
I was kind of figuring like this though. What if even though it's as big as the universe is, we just live in the poor area of the universe. This kind of like I say this because poor people don't travel on Earth. Like most poor people live and die where they stay at, and that might be kind of like we ain't got the resources to be getting around. We ain't even involved in the kind of like we got our own government and stuff on Earth, but what's the government out there? We're not in that inner circle.
I don't think we're allowed to get out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not a part of no council. We can't cut no deals. We just stuck on this little planet with our own little damn fossil fuel. We ain't going nowhere, man.
Yeah.
We would have to make contact with something out there.
From what I read in a book, there's a bunch of like volunteers that actually came here on Earth, where they come in to these bodies. They get born into this world, but they don't really know like they're like where they actually came from. Like they're born like just fresh babies.
Oh.
But then they're equipped with all this knowledge and stuff, but they don't know until they get older, and then they're wondering why is the world this way? Why is it this way or whatever?
Yeah.
But then they'll slowly get into like they'll slowly get guided by like certain people, but they don't even know themselves. And then they do like stuff that actually change the world. Like you'll see like once in a blue moon, you get somebody that invents something that actually changes the whole world and stuff. You get people like that, and these people were actually seated here, like their souls were like seated here to help humanity, because they can't physically come out here and be like, hey, do this, do that. They can't actually help. So the loophole is like volunteers have to go in, but their memory has to be all wiped out.
So like social workers, but then they get their memory wiped.
Yeah, but then they'll slowly learn like, okay, because these are the people that go through life. They're like, what is my true purpose?
Why
they keep asking that. Like they're like, they know like they're working, and they're thinking like, hey, my life has to be more than just work, and then that goes through their head a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Until they figure out like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing this, and then they'll do something that's like amazing, and then it actually change like whatever
the course of humanity, I guess. Or?
Yeah, they help the world go in like the right direction. And there's 10,000, hundreds of thousands of like volunteers came to try to come help us.
They're like kind of like sleeper agents. They're kind of like sleeper agents, but don't even know.
Yeah, like sleeper agents. They don't know it. But then some of them like they go through this life, and then they have such a rough life. They said a lot of them were like committing suicide because like man, I don't belong in this place. Like I don't belong here. So a lot of them were committing suicides.
I don't get my mission. I don't understand what my mission.
I can talk about this like in a different episode because it gets deep because it's like 3 different ways of volunteers. And it started after like World War II.
Oh, let's talk about that. I didn't even heard of this before. This is new to me.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I think the second volunteer, maybe I might be in the second volunteer group. I don't know yet.
Oh,
but I know it's something. Because I read the book, I was like, damn, that kind of describes me a little bit.
Like, damn, I'm here.
Because I do go to work. I'd be like, at work, and be like, man, like, why the fuck am I here, man? The whole time, like,
what is my purpose?
Guides?
I used to feel like that, and I think I might be, if I am one of that might be just provide assistance. I completely failed my mission because within the past couple of years, I accepted my role as being like, you know what? I don't mind being an NPC. I don't mind being a worker bee. I would like to get paid decent for it. Maybe keep a roof over my head, but I don't mind just contributing to society and upholding this. I'm a part of. I don't mind the rat race now.
Yeah, they're
as long as I get paid good for it. As long as I get paid decent.
They're saying like there's like the second volunteer would be like people who just exist and just be them, and then just have the energy where people can feed off of the energy. Like you spread like, but you don't do nothing really that's like out of the norm. Like you just carry the energy when people's around you. They feel like good and stuff. It's like you spread that good energy.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do nothing crazy or amazing or whatever, like mind blowing inventions or nothing. You're just being you. You're just living your life, and then you carry on like you carrying on that energy, and then spread the energy. Like it could be like that simple too.
It could be.
Yeah, well, you don't have to fucking cure cancer or whatever.
Just gotta carry that energy with you. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it'd be like that one kid that has like the cancer cure and shit, but he's actually having a rough time right now.
I thought about Last of Us when you said that.
I gotta take another leak real quick.
Okay.
Got time issues. We'll be back. And we're back.
Hello.
All right, so the conspiracy thinks that all this UFO stuff is all fake, and it's just a distraction from a disastrous train derailment.
Yes.
Derailment. That's how you say it.
Yes, derailment.
All right, so recently there was like a 150-car train that derailed on February 5th in Ohio, causing a chemical fire that resulted in a temporary evacuation. Local residents are now worried about the air and the water quality as they return home. The derailment has fueled conspiracy theories on how the far right and the UFO community, with some prominent figures suggesting that the incident is being covered up with the help of fake UFOs.
Ooh, I can kind of see this, man. This is a huge story that started. I remember when I first heard about it, I didn't really hear the news talking about it too much, but it was at the point where it was kind of like, dang, it started picking up some steam, and it's horrifying. Because I saw it on Reddit. That's how I first came across the story, and I even shared it on our Reddit page. If you guys want to swing through there and check it out, I got sticking a little plug in there for it. But I want to share it on the Media Hijack Reddit page. But it's basically just a video of videos that people throughout the town collected after the train derailed and fell off the tracks. They wound up doing like a controlled burn with the chemicals, trying to basically just, hey, instead of it spreading everywhere, we just need to put fire on it ourselves and kind of control it in one contained area, which then cause a huge black clouds to go up in the sky, create all these clouds, and that's when you see in the video of this one guy, he has his cell phone camera out, and he's just recording the sky, and he's like, these ain't fucking clouds, these are actually just chemicals from it, and the government's trying to tell us everything's fine, normal, but these clouds are not clouds, because it looks like clouds, but it ain't. But it's actually like, because there's certain parts of the clouds where it's like completely just black, and there's like obviously chemicals that's being burnt out and going into the air.
Yeah, they're saying like, wasn't there like an article saying like these fumes are actually not like harmful to us and stuff?
No, for the most part they have been saying that we're harmful, but cause I think that's kind of hard to deny what's on the train, because these trains, and this is why I've always had this fear of like living near railroad tracks, because train derails, you don't know what kind of contents they're carrying, and it could be shit like this, which is what the government or people have been saying for years too. They don't want trains carrying these chemicals because they derail a lot, and you start affecting the environment where these explosions and crashes happen. So
how else would you transport like a lot of these chemicals that are hazardous? How else would you transport them?
I would probably say air travel probably be better. And the only reason why I say air, because the more I kept looking into the story and what some of these damn some of these companies, actually though, there's one company in particular. So I gotta dig through my notes, guys. Sorry. There's a company in particular who I can't remember. It's guy something. Oh, sorry. Where's it at? Oh yeah, this is a company called Norfolk Southern. That's the rail line company, and apparently for years, like these trains, since these trains have been have old brakes, and when I say old brakes, I mean the type of technology they're using on these train brakes are like Civil War era brakes. These brakes have not changed at all. Now there's been other different brakes that can use for trains that other countries use that the U.S. could start using on these trains, but they refuse not to because it costs more money. And they would rather people get killed than pay for safer transportation travel. And so a lot of these damn World War II brakes are starting to hit these points of...
You heard that?
Yeah, I did. I was going to keep it moving. I wasn't going to say anything.
I was like, how?
I heard it, and I saw your eyes like dart around.
But they're not going to hear it.
All right, so... No, so like... So yeah, so a lot of these trains that even like travel just pass through us or whatever, we think they're like, oh, there's trains or whatever, carry hazardous materials, but a lot of them have really bad brakes. And so you got Norfolk Southern, when these these rail companies who for years refused to want to actually get new brakes on these trains because it would cost too much money, but they just don't want to spend the money and they want to save money, but at the expense of people's lives. Because the video I also saw too on Reddit, it showed the water's being contaminated area. People walking out the houses complaining that either smells like chlorine or like feels like the smell kind of burns in the air, or some people complain about the eyes watering when they walk out the house. This one guy, a video I saw earlier today too, a guy in the same area out there in Ohio, in East Palestine, Ohio. I can see like a little a fox enclave or whatever, where he was just like take care of foxes and whatnot. And any foxes that was outside saw it going blind, and he had took pictures of them and everything too. Like one of them died because they was out there in the fumes. Like it's in the air, but the government keeps trying to tell people, "Hey, go back to your houses. Things are fine." But people in the area are saying it is not fine.
Yeah, because it's spreading like even all through like the East Coast now, right? Like it's spreading to like Pennsylvania and stuff. Like there's getting like I think a notice to evacuate like some areas in Pennsylvania. Is that true?
But I know at least within East Palestine in that area, there was an evacuation for people to move from the actual explosion within a mile to 2 miles. That's the only people they gave evacuation orders for, and everyone else they said like, "Oh, you guys will be fine," or just stay inside your houses. But even days after, people were saying like, "Hey," like for there was like this lady whose daughter got water out the faucet, I guess, and smelled the water. It's like there's something wrong with the water. It has like this strong chlorine smell to it, and they're like, "I can't even drink the water." And so
that's scary.
So Norfolk Southern actually did like this thing. I even went on their website, looked it up, and this is like this thing. They have basically like a plan on how to combat this tragedy that they fucking caused for the most part. They have this thing called a Family Assistance Center, and it says to date more than 700 families and number of businesses have been helped. A total of $1 million have been distributed directly to families to cover costs related to the evacuation. Long story short, they said they want to donate money to this fire, to $220,000 to the fire department to help also fight this chemical burn, all this other stuff. And they're talking about like they want to start putting air filters in people's houses to help deal with air quality or whatever. The thing is though, this type of shit that's in the air, you don't need these filters ain't gonna do anything at all. And the water, you probably just need to not even filter that either. And I don't know what they can do with that. I'm not a water expert, but it's like they're trying to put a Band-Aid over a situation that is probably more of a gun.
It seems like
it's like a gunshot. It's more of a, you're trying to put a Band-Aid over a gunshot. And right now we might not see the huge ramifications of it. We're already seeing it right now with nature. But watch, within 15, 20 years, you're going to start hearing about birth defects. You're going to start about these people dropping dead from cancer. Because they're saying like some of these chemicals attack the liver. So you're going to start seeing people probably live in that area right now. Probably some years down the road, they're going to have liver issues because they've been inhaling that stuff. So this is a huge thing. And these trains that be drilling all the time, a lot of times they be carrying chemicals. So this is like the real one they're really pushing forward to get people on notice. Like, hey, these companies are getting so greedy to the point they don't even want to care about your safety. They'd rather keep old ass brakes on these trains versus actually getting new brakes on it. And they're killing the environment, and they're gonna kill all these damn people too if they keep doing this stuff. But these trains derail happen all the time. Well, not all the time, but it happens enough to where we need to start taking notice about these trains flipping off tracks and what's the contents on these trains and how many of us are breathing this shit in and how much they trying to cover it up. So that's why I get like a lot of people even saying, even with that mass shooting happened like over at Michigan, Michigan State University last night. People were saying that's a cover up. Like this is like a whole incident to cover up this train stuff. Because a lot of this stuff too, the U.S. government's like kind of complicit in it. I think during like the Obama era, they try to implement like safety regulations on trains, and then now they just kind of like the government just like threw it out the window. They don't care. They don't even want to defend the train. They don't even want to drain the conductors. They don't even want to help out the conductors with even trying to get like vacation time. So, because earlier this year, or I think it was the end of last year, a lot of conductors that was part of the rail line wanted some more sick time, and the U.S. government didn't want to do that. So there was like a strike around Christmas time, which is why things were kind of out of whack with transportation and stuff. So now this train incident happens. So I think that might be a whole other thing too, because a lot of the conductors were on strike last year, and towards the end of last year, saying like, hey, we're not going to do, like, we're going to all walk away from this stuff, and nobody's going to get anything for Christmas. Because them rail lines, people forget how important that stuff is. They transport a lot of stuff, and
how about they all quit?
That might be easier said than done. Though. I don't know. It's hard to walk off a job.
Let's see what happens.
I think that they try to hold their ground, and the United States government's like, no, we're not going to do it. And in fact, you guys were breaching your guys' contract, and da. That's always been my theory.
So they're in contract with the government
on some kind of level, because I think there are a lot of regulations are like. It seems like a lot of these companies are under the foot of the government, and then the government does not like people unionizing at any type of job anywhere, because that means you got to start doing regulations, and more likely if they start from there, that means they got to start paying people more, and these companies don't want to pay people more, and the United States government has a very bad history of always leaning to help out the company first before the people, and so that's why you get like these trains running around with no damn brakes. The government allowed it. It was cool, like sweeping all these regulations on the rug, and now you got trains derailing, causing all these apocalyptic incidents. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we start hearing damn zombies running around next week because people breathe that shit in. I'm serious.
I'll be surprised.
I've been watching The Last of Us. I'm like on my toes right now. I'm like, because like the government is so careless when it comes to people sometimes. Actually, not sometimes. All the time, to where this is a huge incident. People are affected by it, breathing this stuff in. We're gonna just keep it moving. Hey, Super Bowl's on. Distracted.
I don't think they care about us.
The hell no.
Ever.
They're worrying about catering to these companies and all these one percenters, and then we people we are stuck on this planet. That's why I'm a firm believer.
You know why they don't care about us? Because like what you were saying, right? Like people were complaining about the air and stuff. They're like, all right, here's an air filter.
Yeah, what the fuck they gonna do? Like that is.
They're like, all right, put the air filter on.
This is gonna take care of your entire environment. So just, people complain about how the air is smelling, walking on the house, saying like,
put it on right, Sally.
And there's a type of chemical too that's being transported that is odorless, but it's actually lethal too. And they're like, okay, well, that's floating around in the air. Ain't nobody gonna be breathing this shit in.
What they call that? What's that? That thing that's odorless but it's dangerous?
I can't remember the name of it, but I know.
Carbon monoxide, right?
Is that what it is? Is it?
That's why they have those carbon monoxide alarms.
Oh, it might be. It could be that, maybe.
Help us out, Chad.
Shell Shock, where are you? Go on lunch break and help us, Shell Shock. But no, this is horrifying, man.
Yeah,
this is
I don't think all this UFO stuff and all this other stuff besides like the train stuff, it's like a conspiracy going against like the real issue.
Yeah, like this
the train thing is already out there in the open, and people are already talking about it in a lot of podcasts. Even we're talking about it. So
yeah.
I don't think like it's it's something to like derail people from like the real information, because a lot of this is already out there already.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to draw like red string to the next one, like it's all connected.
Yeah, I think everything is just chaotic right now. Everything is happening.
Man, we are just riding on this shit with a hope and a prayer at this point.
Yeah, we're on a wave right now.
We are.
And I don't even know when the wave's gonna hit the surface.
I'm hoping aliens show up to save us from ourselves, man. Like, we might need some interference. Maybe that's
only we can save ourselves.
We might need some aliens to be something. That's true. That's real shit.
Like individually.
Yeah, as a whole, as a community. That's the lesson that they want us to hear to learn.
Maybe like with all like this internet stuff, like it's like they're making communities like digitally, but they're not making communities like physically, because you're not seeing like a lot of these communities actually getting together and doing stuff. Like it does happen, but it's not enough to actually create like an impact like that. Because like the greater impact is actually happening like digitally.
Yeah.
Like if they're making a community about, like people into psychedelics and people with mental health, a lot of that is being happening online. It's not actually happening
in the streets.
On the streets physically. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It does, but not as much as like the help that people are actually getting online.
Yeah, because you gotta think about like back in the day, man. Before there was internet, there was people like out there marching and shit. And I'm not saying people don't do it now, but I do see it as a good way to. Hey, I do think even with something like with psychedelics, without the internet, I think it'd be impossible to spread the goodness of it.
Close to impossible. Yeah. To get that message out, like on the street, on foot,
going door to door, like, hey,
it's difficult. Like,
do you believe in the shroom? Hand somebody a pamphlet, like,
it's so hard. Like, if the internet didn't exist, like that should be dead. Yeah. It wouldn't even make no impact. So it's only like the few people that actually like did it, to where like, oh shit, like fucking, they're the ones that think they know more than everybody else, and they hold that shit. But thanks to like the internet, all the information is out there for everybody to learn. If you're curious, all you gotta do is just be curious, man. That's all it takes. Just be curious and because it's hard like to go out on the street and be like, hey, who else is like into like psychedelics and shit. You can't just do that. Like, no. You can, but it's difficult. It's better for you to get into like a community, like on Reddit or wherever your forums that you go to. Maybe you'll look up like whatever psychedelic groups, and then that's how you find your tribe. Yeah, for real. Find where your people at. Yeah. Where your people at. And then grow that shit. But yeah, so so Norfolk Southern, they trying to put a Band-Aid over this shit. I hope the people of Ohio, because this 10, 15, 20 years from now, there's going to be some class action lawsuits flying out from that whole area. They better hop on it now. I know I would. Straight up. I would sue this company to hell and back. And I would they need to be forced to do these regulations. But it's scary how they're just finally letting these companies just do whatever the hell they want to do. At the expense of people. They're killing the environment, man. Because the fish are dying. And we'll see what's going to happen with the plants later on. Yeah, there was like another article saying that 3,500 fish died from this chemical spill. They're like washed up on shore and shit, man. Like dead fish everywhere. Right when I read that title for that article, I was like, first thing I thought of was, who's counting the fish? Yeah, man. I was like, how you guys know it's 3,500? Was that an estimate or what? Like, how did you guys come up with that number? Unless they already had like some type of a number of how many it had before versus what's this looking like now. But how are they doing the count though? Probably, cause I would assume like they try to study, or like they study like fish migration, the population of fish at this time of year, seasonal, and they probably check. But I see though, it's kind of fascinating. How did they get the count? I don't know. I'm trying to give them an out. I'm trying to give them an out. The only thing I can think of is there's actually like a fish master that keeps like the master count of all the fishes, but it's actually a fish. So the master fish, like the chief, whatever the river that he claims and shit, he reports to one of the humans, and he tells the humans like, yeah, we're down 3,500. He's like Aquaman. Yeah, like he's swimming up, right? And then it's like, yeah, we're down like 3,500. Fucking Jason Momoa comes walking out like, yeah, guys, we're like 3,500 short. What's happening? Thank you for the count, Flipper. I don't like you calling me that. I like to be called like Andreas. It's Andreas. That's my prince name. I'm a prince. Andreas from Ireland. Roll Jam says, imagine if Reddit was made by the aliens so we could learn. Just look at the logo. It's an alien. And not just like an alien. It's like a cute little chubby alien. Yeah, with a little antenna on his head. And you can even make an avatar.
Mine wears like a koala bear suit.
Yeah, like who knows? Like maybe like the internet was the whole shit was created by somebody that was from another realm to get people to collect all their thoughts and stuff, put it all in one place where everybody can grab the thoughts from one place.
Hey, Reddit's where it's at, man.
Right?
Where it's at. That's why I come across a lot of these
What
stories.
happens if I get bit by a black widow? Let's look it up.
Reddit.
Oh, the information's right there.
Reddit. Boom.
Death.
It's everything on Reddit. Everything's on Reddit, man.
You're gonna die.
You dead.
Are we done with that UFO invasion?
Yeah, UFO invasion. I guess the train shit too. I'm done.
Yeah, I think the aliens they're tired. They're tired. They're getting shot down. They're not like fuck it. This is the last time we're coming here.
Man, you know what? I now think about it. After we talked about the train shit, and this is a human catastrophe. Maybe the aliens might need to put the brakes on us right quick. Like, hey, look, y'all being
I say blow it up.
Oh damn! Hit that button. Oh, if aliens showed up,
Get the signal.
I thought of this the other day.
Since I'm a part of the Grand Council, like
I thought about this the other day. If these aliens showed up, right? This whole situation, right? Aliens showed up, and we had to send somebody to be a representative of humanity, because you need to have somebody to like represent us.
Biden. I'm just playing.
Hell no, hell no. He'll forget he's president. You know, I don't know why I'm here.
Tell you about spoons.
Like, who would we send up there? Would it be like a specific person that we could trust to like speak on behalf of all of us? Would it be a specific race of people that we should be like, talk to the aliens and we'll wait till you guys get back?
I say we get the collective consciousness from everybody on Twitter, and we just do a poll.
Oh my God, no.
We'll just do a poll like, hey, attack, don't attack, stand by.
I think most people go with standby.
And then we'll go through the polls like, oh, okay, everybody stand by. And it's like, all right, cool. We're gonna come back later, and then we're gonna give you guys like another option.
We'll be right back. And then
that's when they'd be like, hey, we can't let this go into Twitter hands. They'd be like, hey, go to Israel, go to the Vatican, talk to the Pope.
You know, I think they should talk to, if aliens showed up and we needed a representative to show how good humanity is. That's just my opinion. Jack Black. Send him as a representation. No. Take him and Kyle. Give him a guitar. Then talk to the alien overlords.
I hope they talk to the devil first.
And they're like, do their thing. Like, yo, they saved us. They saved all of humanity.
I don't know. I think he's been compromised already.
Really? Jack Black?
Yeah, he's been compromised. He used to be normal.
They got him.
Now he's PC.
Politically correct?
Yeah. Everything he does is like safe.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Do you know the word Tenacious D, how they came up? That shit was breaking all the rules.
I'm trying to remember, because I got the first
Tenacious
album,
D is the most raunchiest. Like, Tenacious D wouldn't fly today.
Well, I mean,
people be crying.
Yeah, but at the same time, too, I don't think as PC is like a bad thing.
It was never PC. No, I'm saying Jack Black now.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting older. I think the world, and I get what some people say, like, man, these things would be raunchy and real back then. And I think just the way the world is now, things can still be real without having to cross a line. Because everybody got feelings and emotions and shit. I mean,
yeah, but a lot is being like blocked.
How so?
Like, especially like with comedy. Like, comedy, they have to tread real lightly with comedy.
Yeah, comedy's kind of weird.
It's not the same
no
more.
Yeah.
Same like with like music, like with Jack Black. He cannot do the same thing he did with like the Tenacious D album.
The first one?
If he released like another Tenacious D album like that, he'll be canceled already. Shit's too raunchy. It's too get him in the gut, you know? Like,
it's too in there.
Like, what he thinks about, like...
I will say this, because I don't see there's anything wrong with trying to be more empathetic to other people's feelings and all that, and trying to learn how to word things differently. I don't see anything wrong with that. I do think there's a overcorrection on some things. Like, okay, like, we get it, we all got to be more respectful of each other, but at the like, come on, let's reel it back in a little bit, because I do feel like with comedy sometimes, everybody should be made fun of. We ain't nobody perfect. Everybody should be made fun of on some level with comedy.
Yeah, the thing is, like, for me, I don't want people to be afraid to say like what they want to say without like them ruining their whole career. Like, why do they have to be so afraid to say whatever they want to say? If they're gonna say that anyway, or what, they're just gonna hold it in. Let's say if they just want to say whatever.
What's whatever?
You know, like, why would their whole life and everything be ruined just from like their own thoughts? Or would everybody just be faking the funk the whole time? You get what I'm saying?
I don't see this faking the funk. I think it should be.
It's holding back a lot of stuff from what they want to say. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it anyway.
I think it's a case by case situation because some things could be like you're pushing an envelope and it's still funny, but it's kind of like thought provoking. But then you got some people that just want to be funny, just to be mean and be cruel, and it's kind of like, okay, you're not trying to be funny. You're just punching down.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I think it's a case by case situation. There's some comedians who I think that wrongfully punched down on for a joke. I'm like, come on, man, it's not that serious. And some I'm like, okay, they're just being a dick. So I mean,
yeah, there's a lot of comedians that will say shit to where I'm like closing my mouth. I'm like, damn, like
you trying to.
Well, I'm saying, damn, you brave for that shit.
You know what?
But it still should be a world. Be like, damn, he brave, but his shit shouldn't be like ruined like that. You know, I feel like it's not his going out there and actually doing it. That's why I'm saying like, yeah, it's scary. Some of the stuff like you hear them saying like, damn, that shit. Like I was like, that shit fly right now. Like you okay? Like
you good?
Like they're still paying you to talk like that and shit. Yeah, I'm like, damn, this shit's crazy. But I was like, but don't like. He shouldn't be canceled. He or she or whatever shouldn't be like fucking like dragged through the fucking dirt just for telling the joke. Like we get it. It's like a lot of stuff that they tell is people already thinking that shit already.
Yeah.
You know, like, but they're actually saying it like on the mic, and they're like, oh shit, and then they're thinking the people that are thinking like, oh, he just said what I thought he said and shit. What I'm thinking he was gonna say.
Yeah, and comedy's kind of a hard thing to kind of like because it's very subjective. It's very hard to pin down what's funny to some people, what's not. Or what's right, what's wrong. Comedy's, I love stand-up comedy. I think that's one of the most hardest jobs on the face of this earth. That's a job I can never do. That is very difficult, I would assume. It's not easy, but shit, man. It's a juggling act too, just as far as.
But a lot of them, they're afraid. They're afraid to do like comedy like how they want to do because they all know it's not like how it was before. They can't get away with the same stuff they said like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, they have to rewrite all their whole shit, and they're just on their toes now because, in the end of the day, they still gotta feed their family and they still gotta make money from it because that is their career. So they have to.
That's a livelihood, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They have to play by like what the people.
Yeah, cause I was watching.
Gotta adapt to like the people and shit.
Yeah, I was watching something earlier today, and it was talking about how with comedians and with their transitions from like. Stand-up comedy didn't really blow up to like the 80s and early 90s because before then it was never seen as like a lucrative job. It was just kind of like you did it, you made your bones and that. But it was like the 80s. I think the 90s exploded like with comedians. Was like, oh shit, I can make a job off of this. Like I can make a livelihood. And now it's like this is it's a job, and it's a career now.
It's exploded like from when it was in the 80s.
So it's you gotta be careful where you step. I guess I don't know. I can't tell.
All right, I gotta take a leak real quick, and then we come back. We can talk about like this Filipino mystical folklore.
All
right. So we're gonna be talking about a mythical creature sightings as that sparked panic in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's been a while since we talked about mythical creatures. I feel like, man, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah, so we're going back to these cryptozoology. All right, so the city of Talisay in the Philippines has been thrown into a panic after two young girls reported seeing the most infamous mythical creature known as Mananangaal.
Oh, Lord.
Mananangaal.
All right.
So the sighting occurred. Like, this is one like their folklores or legends out there. Like, this is the big one, like the most infamous one.
Okay.
The Mananangaal. So the sighting occurred on Thursday evening when the pair of witnesses claimed to have seen something unusual and terrifying perched on top of a house. The exact details that they saw were unclear, but they told the police that they saw the Mananangaal, a creature from the Philippine folklore is known as like the bat-like, capable of separating like its body from the torso. So it's like a female creature with wings that's like able to separate like the torso
from the legs and the low half
and shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh shit, this sounds similar to like some Southeast Asian folklore.
Yeah, with the detached. That's what I was thinking of at first. Yeah, with
the one in Cambodia, the one our shit, the same thing where they're able to detach themselves from the torso.
Yeah.
So then when I heard the story from the Philippines, it was like the infamous story of the lady who can detach themselves from the body. I was like, holy shit.
With the head, right?
Yeah, like the head, the body, like
just
the torso is being like detached.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that's a similar story to like our stuff, like in Cambodia and Thailand and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Same damn story. But the Philippines, like, this is known for one of the infamous folklores and stuff. I didn't know that. They had the same thing. Like, we don't call it Mananangaal or whatever. We call it like we just call it ALP. Like ALP. Like ALP. Yeah.
Oh, man,
like
that's just easier. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple letters.
I like that better.
Yeah, they're like Mananangaal.
Alp. Alp. Not doing too much.
Yeah, so news of the sighting spread like wildfire, with rumors and stories quickly taking over the community. A few days later, residents of a nearby town claimed to have seen the creature with a head of a pig and a body of a human. Concerns grew when the authorities decided to hold a press conference to address the situation. They pledged to investigate the witnesses, to report and even offered counseling to the girls that was like shaken up by the whole situation. The authorities also appealed to the public to stop sharing rumors and instead notify the police immediately if they encounter something unusual. So just saying like, hey, just chill out. You don't have to go on your social media. Just come to the police station, tell us what you saw and stuff, and then we'll try to figure out what's going on with, so they're trying these mysterious things that you're seeing out there.
So they're trying to keep it under wraps, I guess. So you want to like cause a panic?
Yeah, I think so, because the city remains on edge as authorities work to put down the panic and investigate the sightings. The people of Talisay can only hope that the mythical creature stays a myth. But
I could see that, because in America is a very young country, very new. America's like the youngest baby on the planet to me. This is like the newborn, but everything outside of America is like old school, old world shit, and they take this stuff real seriously. America thinks they can conquer everything, and I don't think America really believes in ghosts as much as they think they do. But outside of that shit, outside of America, like Africa, Asia, and all those other places around the world, don't mess with these ghosts. People take this shit seriously. This is there was something I was reading not too long ago about how in Africa where they still kill people for if they think you're like in a village. If they think you're like a witch, you done. Or sometimes if you're a witch doctor, you might be loved in areas, but yeah, there's still like a very strong spiritual.
If you practice like black magic and they know. Like, because they know, like, whoever, like, is in the community, like, in the African communities where they know, like, all the shamans and stuff, all the good witches and stuff. If they know somebody doing something, like, out, like, that realm of, like, the good and stuff, they'll call you out so fast.
Yeah. If you supposedly, like, a neighbor is like, hey, man, they be doing witchcraft at night. But then sometimes you could be a person that...
Yeah, they're practicing, like, some different shit where it doesn't tie into nothing, like, good. It's, like, just all evil shit,
Yeah, or you could be that person where everybody in the community comes to for, like... That hey, I need you to like bless my house, like you that go to spirit, like the supernatural guide, or I guess whatnot. But America's kind of like a young spot of it's not on that level. So
like for like America, right? Like what would be like one of the folklore's legends in like America
supernatural
that you would talk about? Like if you were to go to like another country, you'd be like, oh yeah, we have some weird stuff in America.
Yeah, what would be like our representation? Because Ireland has like the Loch Ness monster and
What would be our shit? Would it be Bigfoot?
Oh man, I guess
because we don't really have nothing that's like really out there. Oh, the Jersey Devil.
Well, no, actually, no. I think
had a lot.
I think Yeti, what is that, like Russian? I think that's like old school, like Bigfoot. So Bigfoot, I don't know, can be really ours.
The abominable snowman.
Sorry, the abominable snowman.
Yeah, I think some Russian shit, right?
I think Bigfoot's kind of like our version of it. So I don't know if that could be.
Bigfoot will be our stuff. The Jersey Devil is our stuff. Yeah, what else?
There have to be some shit in Savannah.
It's not a lot, right?
Bob's in the chat.
Bob says Civil War.
Civil War. What do you mean, Bob?
Yeah, she just come in the chat.
She's coming swinging.
Completely like.
What are you talking about?
Like here's a baseball. Just swinging like a random Civil War baseball.
Bob comes in. Slavery was a choice. Like, what are you talking? What are we talking about? Monsters, Bob. What are you?
She's like, topic change now.
I'm here.
Well, yeah, like so, like the Philippines, they have like their main folklore, the Mananangaal, and which is like the female like bat version. I actually have like some pictures.
Ooh, I see what Bob's saying now.
Bob says haunted. Okay,
okay.
I got like some pictures, and then nobody actually even knows like what this Mananangaal looks like in the Philippines and stuff. They just describe it as like a female with bat wings and a torso. So I went to like Mid-Journey and just typing up some stuff. And let's see what Mid-Journey came up with.
What we got? Let's see what we looking.
Oh,
very
innocent, right?
My first question was she hot? That was my first question.
Well,
was she
like
hot?
there you go. Like Mid-Journey, like I was like, hey, we're in the Philippines, like. Give me like a monster with wings.
She's like,
and they gave me like this image of this Filipino lady. And
you know what?
If you saw something like this, right, and then she was attacking you, would you say stop?
If her body separated from a low portion, yes. I'm worried about the separation part. That's the part that horrifies me.
I would wait for like the pain to sink in first.
Okay, cool.
Like, what's my pain threshold? All right, stop.
Ow. It's hurting me.
All right, now you just want to kill me. All right, so I got like another image of, I just typed in like, female Mananangaal, Philippines.
She don't look Filipino.
Another innocent creature, right?
But she don't look Filipino though. She look European.
I didn't type Filipino for this one.
Oh, okay.
I actually typed in like beautiful female wings.
Oh, and it shows somebody.
They gave him some dark angel shit.
And it shows somebody white.
Yeah, white.
Okay.
Black wings though.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, let's go to the next image. This, like, all right. So we're getting into more of the range of like this being like somebody
demonic
that would actually attack you.
I like this. This is my favorite one though.
So imagine seeing somebody like this, like the face already aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? She got little horns, the feather ears.
Yeah,
and, she looks pretty aggressive. What Bob said in the chat? Oh, okay.
Pop.
All right, then. So our last image, where all I typed in the prompt was like mysterious, monstrous creature in the Philippines known as Mananangaal, and this is what I got.
The straight up. That's all you said.
Boom.
Oh, that's it.
That fits the description.
That is it. Because it knows, man.
But that's a female, though, right?
It could be. It's like, look, did I have a female's gonna look like what? Do you see the hair?
Yeah, look at that. God,
that's female hair, like the little strands.
Yeah, if I saw that, I would call the cops.
Yeah,
but if I saw this, I wouldn't call nobody.
I don't know.
But if I saw this, I'd be like, "Hey, 911, hold on, there's a gargoyle outside."
But what if that's the good guy, and then
this is the bad guy?
This is the villain. Yeah,
I still wouldn't call the cops.
Take me.
What if this was like the bad guy too?
Nah, man. Actually, you know what? Because I can see
he looks innocent, like real innocent.
That's how they get you.
Yeah,
that's how it might get you.
Until she say something stupid like, "You want to see a dead body?"
And he'd be like,
You went from 100% trust to negative 1,000.
Or what if let's say like they both look like that at first, but that's their true form at the end. That's what they look like. Underneath, they got, because they can't come up with you looking all ugly and shit. It's gotta be like, gotta do a little honey pot on you, like, hey, I'm an attractive female with some wings.
But everybody's soul is just like a piece of light.
Yeah, it's just energy.
But then, like, what you present yourself as, like to the class, you present yourself as somebody ugly like this.
Boom.
Or you present yourself like somebody like this.
Boom.
But like the light on the inside is just a bad light, like a.
This is what you really are.
Like, damn, you're so ugly.
Like, oh, the inside.
But yeah, so that's like a folklore creature that like these females out in the Philippines they caught recently, and then they reported out to the police station. And I think it's true too. This is one of the stuff even I heard on Tiger Belly podcast, where they're saying like, hey, like, don't you guys got like a folklore, like something that you guys are afraid of out there? Like, yeah, the Mananangaal. Like the creature out there that can fly and it can split like the torso and shit, and they kill like fucking pregnant women and stuff, because it's actually like a female entity.
Damn, females be the worst monsters, huh?
They bad.
So this is wait, Bobby Lee's Filipino, or is this?
No, it's like his ex-girlfriend Kalila, like her niece is from the Philippines. Yeah, they broke up.
What? So I don't watch Tiger Belly like that. I don't keep up with them.
Yeah, they broke up.
Oh Lord,
he's struggling now, but not struggling, but like nobody's feeding his cats. But
I missed out on all this, man. I don't keep up with Tiger Belly like that. I like them, but I don't watch them like that.
A lot of drama. It's just so much drama. It's ridiculous.
I knew shit was building up between that show with Brendan Schwab. That's the last time I heard anything about Schwab. How you pronounce it? Schwab.
I don't know.
But that's the last drama I heard. I was like, this is too much for me. I don't like hearing all that drama shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob said it's like a monster in the Grimm. Oh, the TV show?
That's a show? Netflix or?
Yeah, I never seen it. All right, so like the weaknesses for like this creature in the Philippines, the weaknesses is that they don't like light. They're like kind of like vampires. And then like I read like this other shit saying like they're for you to kill them, all you gotta do is like get the whip from like a stingray, like their tail. You could stab them with the stingray tail, and that can kill like a Mananangaal.
Got tricked. How you gonna get the tail? How you gonna
How you think they killed that the Australian dude? What's his name?
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah. Killed him with a stingray tail.
Yeah, but how you even kill the creature with it? You got to trick it, like
not trick it.
You just gotta kill with your tail.
Yeah, because you know how like Buffy Vampire Slayer, they had to get that little pickaxe, not pickaxe, whatever.
A stake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a little stake, but like
but you gotta grab his own tail.
The Mananangaal, like they have to like cut off like the stingray whip tail.
Just stab him with it.
Just take the tail out, just stab him, like how they did Steve Irwin.
Oh, you gotta be quick.
She's like, stab, and then she like disintegrates her. Just fucking all you see is atoms.
It's like
like Final Fantasy and shit.
The monster runs in the family. They call it Bob says the monster runs in the family. They call it a Eswang.
Yeah. It's the same like you know the app in Cambodia. There's like a curse, a family curse where it runs in the family. So the family who's cursed, right? Every time they go to sleep, their neck comes off from like their torso, and then their whole spine is just floating.
Yeah,
but the guts is still attached to like their spine, and then they go eat like
men,
frog and like the
that's
creeks.
right, frogs. Yeah, they
go to the creeks and eat fishes.
They go back to the body.
They're just floating. Yeah, and then at the end of the night, they float right back to the body. It's like a curse.
And they go back to sleep and wake up the next day. Don't even realize.
Yeah,
they like, this damn thing.
Philippines is like the same thing too. Like they call it the aswang or whatever.
I think the American version for that is at least the European version of that is the Wolfman. Of like the full moon, at night, and kill people, then go back in daytime. It's like, hey, I'm a normal guy again, and
could be all that weird stuff.
Be, damn, we all got our shapeshifters because it's all shapeshifters, right, or some shit.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like every like culture, they have like their own little folklore of monsters and stuff. Like we have our own monster, which is similar to the monsters in the Philippines. And similar to like maybe a whole bunch of other like Asian countries, shapeshifters in London, the same thing like with like the shapeshifters like with the Native Americans and stuff. How they're saying,
man, yeah, they got their own too. Yeah,
they're like, oh, it's a shapeshifter deer. Like, no, that's fucking avocado river stone.
I think Africa. What are you talking about?
Avocado river stone. That's my new name, dude. Fuck.
So complex, but yet simple.
Ain't nobody have that name
ever.
Damn, that's a cool ass fucking Native American name.
You made it to a gamer tag. You don't have to add no zeros, no ones.
Avocado Riverstone. No numbers.
No numbers. That's the OG.
No,
name.
it actually says no numbers.
Oh, that's no numbers. This is show that you're the first one.
But yeah. What other stories we got?
I got one more story. This is my AI story.
AI.
So I want to end this off with AI story, guys. Okay, there we go. It says disrespectful to the craft. Actors say they're being asked to sign away the voice to AI.
Oh, like Bruce Willis, right?
I didn't see a Bruce Willis on there, but from this article I was reading on Vice and a couple other websites I came across on this, it's mainly like voice actors or people with like maybe either animated stuff or CGI. Anytime voices
so
they
use, pretty much give up the license to their voice.
Yes, I guess like now it's gonna be so it's kind of weird thing. Actually, it might be something that a lot of people who do voice acting are unaware that they have actually even signed up for. They signed up for the rights of like their voice being used. A perfect example of this, and the first time I actually started really hearing about this was with James Earl Jones. For the people who aren't really too familiar with him. He is the voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars. Now, he is early 90s. Probably getting ready to clock out soon. For all we know. Could be today, tomorrow, whenever. Could be tonight. Right? But before...
Could be now.
It could be going on right now. And before leading up to the actual, I think it was like last year, maybe the year before, they've been like recording him like doing the ABCs or saying certain lines because they're trying to use all his voice. So when he passed away with these Star Wars movies, they could still use his voice as Darth Vader. But now they want to use AI too, to where they also want to like have the recording of all his voice so they can get the vowels down, his pronunciations down, everything. And they're trying to like basically gonna run through an AI when they do another Star Wars movie, which they can do forever. And if they want to use Darth Vader forever, they can still use his voice. He could be long dead and gone, and we'll still be able to use his voice.
Yeah, they can use his voice, and they can do it like so good to where you don't even know like he's actually talking.
Well, actually, here's the thing.
And they can do the same thing to us too. There's already technology even available for us to do it to where we don't even have to run this podcast no more. We have so much recording of our audio to where we can just give it to AI, right? AI could produce anything they want using our voice, how it sounds like and everything, and they can produce like a whole show without us ever being present. And we're just sitting here waiting for the next episode of the Media Hijack. And the AI's already fucking took care of it.
I'm on it.
Because we gave them the permission. Like, hey, here's our voice. Like, here's the license to everything. Because I heard, like, Bruce Willis did the same thing. But he saw, like, the likeness of his face and everything. Where they use his face.
Yes, because they use it in, he was in some Asian commercial. It wasn't like a Chinese commercial. It was, he was like in some kind of ad. Over there, over in East Asia or something.
Yeah.
And his likeness and everything, you can tell it's not him. It looks Uncanny Valley-ish, but it's still like pretty close to his likeness in the commercial. But it looks like a younger Bruce Willis. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like he did.
So he gave him the license,
his face
for the likeness of them to use his face however they want, like using whatever deep fake or whatever software that they're using, but they're able to actually get like the functions of his face along with his voice too, because all they have to do is get all the work that he done, collect all the voice like data, put that shit in the computer, and
got Bruce Willis again.
AI like say no more. Like you can kill Bruce Willis right now. We could still produce we could still produce a movie with Bruce Willis 100 years from now.
Without Bruce Willis.
100 years from now, him in his prime, we can still do it.
And it makes sense for Bruce Willis to do that too, because I know he's going through like this he has like a disease to where his motor skills are starting to go out. For the past like several years, he's been doing like a lot of movies straight to DVD.
DVD, what's that?
Sorry, digital, or straight to the Walmart bargain bin, but these straight to DVD. Sorry, or straight like movies that aren't going to theaters. He's been doing these movies for like several years, where he's getting paid like $1 million for these like to do these movies, but he's trying to build up like something to like. Because he has this disease now, and he's retired from acting at this point. He's trying to leave his family with something for him because he's going to be disabled soon, or and eventually die. So he wants his family to keep like getting some type of income. So like these like a lot of these movies, a lot of people were like laughing at him for doing. Yeah, they were like stupid like B action movies and them going to theaters and all that. The movie cost more to pay him than it did to make the movie. But that's a check, and he's taking the checks, and then he's been doing all these movies because he's been releasing like 17 movies like a year, weird shit. But he's been doing is like collecting all this money, so it's like $17 million he's been doing these like bargain bin movies, and it's all going to his family. But I can see him doing the likeness thing for sure. But I can see he has like a contract of where, hey, the proceeds will still go to my family, like because you're using my likeness, my voice. Yeah, you ain't gonna just use me for free. So I can see where this might be like a lucrative thing for like. Hey, if you're a voice actor or an actor that, you know, you used to want to keep the money flowing for your kids, so you want to make sure they're financially stable after you're gone, this might be a good out for you of selling your likeness off going forward.
I think that's like that strong generation, like the one that him and that generation, his age and stuff, where they're trying to create like, you know, like enough wealth to where their kids can live like super clean.
Legacy, yeah.
But what about like those kids who, you know, they get all that money and stuff? How do they cement like their legacy, like moving forward, like with the name and stuff, and how would they cement like their own legacy, like if they're being so like babied the whole time, like with money and stuff from their father?
I mean, if they want to be actors, actresses, I mean, I could still keep it going or invest, start a business. I mean, there's many ways to keep it going. It ain't gotta be.
That's like a weird like generation. No, I'm talking about the Bruce Willis generation where they make so much money to where they're like, yeah, my kids are not going to have to go through this. But yeah, you make that money to where your kid don't have to go through that, right? But what is the aftermath like when you disappear and stuff? when the income is gone or whatever. Like, let's say all that is just wiped out of the table. So the kid that you were helping out from the beginning,
what happens now?
well, yeah, what does he learn from it? Like, do he go through like some World War II moment, like where everything's destruction, like chaos, where they don't know how to do nothing, right? Then
Gotta start from scratch on our own, I guess, or
yeah, that's like a wild thing, like with that generation, to where it's like, all right, I'm gonna make enough money so my kids don't suffer. But then, like, yeah, that kid don't suffer. But let's say like they have offsprings. Like, what happens to the offspring?
and you're talking about like, are they gonna be able to learn to do things for themselves? Or
Yeah, if they didn't learn nothing from the parents, like, you know, the one that got everything, like they make offsprings. Like, how did those kids learn?
there gonna be some more ingrates, like some more people that don't know how to take care of themselves.
I wouldn't say like not
Take care of themselves,
fully
but
not take care of themselves, but it's gonna be like I don't know.
like are they the real world struggle of work?
It's hard to say right now.
Like work, like the work ethic, I guess. That's what I'm thinking you might be talking about.
Yeah,
It's
like how would they even be like motivated enough, like
to want to
if
work.
they-
Yeah,
Because usually kids, like it's like what they see their parents do, they mimic like the same thing,
yeah, for sure.
right? So let's say like their parents are already rich and stuff, they do everything so easy. Like, oh yeah, my parents had an easy life, and then they have an easy life. But then when they have kids, their parents are gone, and then the kids that have the easy life, they have the kids, and now they're like,
Because I have an easy
what
life
can
too.
I teach you? Like. I guess this is where artificial intelligence pretty much take over, because they'd be like, hey, I don't know what to do. Robot,
Take
teach
care of
my
kids.
kids. Because I don't know.
I don't know nothing.
And then, you know, their excuse is like, yeah, my parents didn't teach me nothing. And then you're like, yeah, because your parents gave you everything. Like, all right, so like a good thing, like we're in this new era of technology where the robots can teach their kids.
I was raised by my robot nurse, my robot nana, Rosie.
Nurse Joy. Bob says straight to streaming. She says he had a Netflix outer space movie. Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah. Okay, I didn't even know about the Netflix one, but yeah, and that's what you're saying though. Like, what it does for the people's work ethic? Because once you got all this money, who gonna work? Also too, who gonna be working? But for the most part, most people are still gonna be working. I mean, they're gonna continue to be rich, and
I think it's gonna come to the point where a lot of the stuff that doesn't really need people to work, they're gonna eliminate all those jobs. And then I think like the main thing what they're trying to do is the government want to control everything, like to where they want everybody to be on the same page, to where you don't have to worry about even working no more. Because like, oh yeah, we're gonna take care of everything, but we have to give up that.
I'll give it working.
Give up like everything, to where they control everything. They control income, they control the food, they control everything, they control the entertainment, they control.
Oh, they do that now.
It's getting there. That's how North Korea is.
I think we've been there now.
It starts like that. Like, hey, we'll take care of you. We'll give you so and so amount of money, but hey, you can only spend that money on so and so and so.
Oh, control
currency and everything.
Yeah, where you spend
but
it.
We'll give you that $6,000 a month and stuff, but we control what you spend it on. You know,
we choose what you buy.
Like, nope, you cannot spend it on the strip club. Nope, that's out the picture now.
You need to buy this Bible.
Yeah.
Buy these Bibles.
Who knows? But it's we can all agree on like everything is getting more weirder and weirder as the day progresses.
Man, we're not even a full 2 months into this year. We all can agree that it's just
UFOs all on the news, right? That's weird.
The government, remember they doing innocent. I'm gonna say innocent times, but it was a time where the government used to be like, UFOs, they're not real. Weather balloons. They said weather balloons. Probably longer than I've been alive. That was excuses. Weather balloons. All the way back to Roswell, weather balloons. So
Yeah,
way before we was
that's
alive.
like the go-to.
That's the go-to, weather balloons. Now I was like, oh yeah, UFOs are real. They've always been real, guys. What are y'all bullshitting about? But I think they're trying to give us like in small doses, because telling everybody that life outside this planet exists, it might be too much. It will be too much for the human mind. It really would. Because then after a while, some people would be like, man, I ain't gonna believe in no God no more. I'm gonna believe in these aliens like that started this. It might be a new religion popping off. The Zeta religion. Some new stuff could pop out.
Zeta Reticuli.
Let me finish this up right quick. Okay, so basically what they're trying to do right now with the voice AIs, Yeah, they're trying to place actors and actresses within the industry of doing voiceover for cartoons and whatnot to replace them with AI programs, which I could kind of see them using it for people that have passed away and whatnot, and you still want to use their voice. But the thing is, though, when they people who are in this industry for voice acting are unknowingly signing away their voices to companies so that it can be used again eventually, but they won't get any of the proceeds either sometimes too. So not everybody's going to get the proceeds. It's kind of like, hey, we got your likeness and your voice, and we're not going to get the proceeds to your family going forward. This is for us. So that's another issue where a lot of these people, these voice actors, are saying like, hey, we don't agree with this whole AI program, because also too, and this is something I do agree with. When I was reading this article on Vice, which I think everybody should read this too. This is actually very good at telling like how these industries out here are trying to undercut hard-working human beings. Bless you. Of how
on the chest
of a lot of these industries out here, they're trying to undercut the working class by wanting to bring in AI or robots, and maybe in the future people will get used to it. But as of right now, as they start to implement this, it's not going to feel right, because there was a person who came forward who was a voice actor saying that yeah, you guys could get them to mimic the voices and the mannerisms, but are they gonna have like really the soul behind it? Because when you do voice acting for a lot of things, it's more than just reading script. You gotta like emphasize things, put your personality into it, and sometimes too when people do voice acting, there's lines that they don't want to read because it may not feel comfortable to them, but within that contract they can opt out not to read certain lines or change lines of like, hey, I feel comfortable reading this because it fits more my personality. With the AI, it's gonna feel, you're not gonna feel that humanity behind it. It's like you're gonna feel like it's just doing its job versus the passion behind it, like the soul behind it. And I kind of got what it was saying when I was reading this article. It's gonna lack the humanity behind it if you just run it with AI, and you'll be able to notice it.
Yeah, that's true. But like to me, like how fast AI is growing right now.
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about.
I wouldn't. Like the whole thing with an emotion behind it, like
I was thinking the same thing when
I'm like, dude, we're getting at the point where we can't even tell anymore.
That's the thing I was thinking too, because I was like, I get what they were saying.
That's the scary part, and I'm like, dude, if they can create like art where you're looking at the art and then you felt it, like what makes you think like AI cannot do like artificial intelligence using like the likeness of somebody's voice and making you feel like it's actually like that person using their whole emotion and their soul into it to make you actually feel like, oh, this is actually a real person, to where nobody even can detect if this was a real person or not.
Yeah.
I think AI is at that point where it can already, I wouldn't say trick, but it can
mimic,
I
guess?
So real, like lifelike, to where not even a real human can even detect that it was fake anymore.
I think
it's getting at that point right now.
I could see a whole lot of people not even noticing it, especially like going forward. Because if this becomes a thing, later generations, if they don't know anything about like real human voices doing this stuff, they won't be able to tell. I think for us, we'll be able to pick up on it. But going forward, people won't notice the difference.
The norm, like 20 years from now, they won't even know. They don't even know what a real voice sounds like.
That's all they know is like this.
They can only hear it from like folklore, from like old stories. Like, damn, like you sure that was like a real person's voice? Like, I think this one's the real person's voice. Like they don't even know what a real person's voice sounds like no more.
Do you remember back in early 2000s when they came out with that live action? Well, no, it was live action. It was like a CGI movie, the Final Fantasy movie, but it was like the Spirit Within.
I think so, yeah.
It was like the Final Fantasy Spirit Within, I think it's called. They were trying to make this movie like revolutionary, where a whole CGI movie. This is before Avatar, mind you. People forgot about this movie because it didn't really work, and I think the plot was just mainly boring. That's why it didn't really stick. But it just took a Final Fantasy made to this movie of like supposedly like realistic looking actors and actresses in the movie, but it's all CGI. And I remember reading an article way back then. This is back when I was in high school. Just talking about like how Hollywood was talking about, hey, maybe we might replace actors one day with CGI characters instead of like having actors, because I guess the article I was reading was talking about how the benefits of like people not calling off of work or getting sick or having to take care of their kid or schedules. It's like we just make everybody in all these movies going forward possibly CGI, and I thought it was an interesting idea even back then. But the thing is, though, as people, when we see a movie, when we see a CGI character breathing, we know that's not really breathing. It's different things. Like, okay, if you're watching a movie, somebody with a real person's in it, they're panicking, they're breathing, shoulders are going up, going down, chest is rising and dropping, and da-da-da, like real human emotions. Where if you see a CGI character doing it, you don't really get that same feel. It's like a disconnect of like, it's imitating what a human is versus what a human really is, I guess. But then again, what is human? I don't know. But
me.
But these are concepts they have toyed around with of trying to maybe replace humans before, and some things didn't stick. That Final Fantasy stuff didn't really stick because that would be too much. Movies would cost way more, but the AI stuff, I could kind of see this being a more effective thing going forward than what they were trying to do back then in the early 2000s by making, supposedly toss around ideas of replacing actors and actresses, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think like
that shit didn't work. I think it was too extreme. But this right here could be like,
yeah, not even like not long from now. I say like within like the next 5 years, it could be like a norm to where they're actually producing movies using likeness of like actors and stuff, like, you know, they're in their prime or whatever, like using like actors and just using their likeness to actually produce like a whole movie. Yeah. All just written with, it could be, the whole story could be written by AI too.
Boom.
Who knows?
Plot everything.
But then they would use like the voice and everything from the actors and stuff. They don't have to pay the actors because the actors gave up like their rights.
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about this.
They give them their license, and the actors, like, if you think about it, right, you're already like a A-class actor, established actor, and then you get Warner Brothers, they knock on your door, or Fox or whatever, they're like, hey, we have this offer that you cannot refuse. We're gonna give you like $500 million to where you don't have to do nothing no more. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to go to no more meetings, whatever. You just gotta give us permission to use anything like we want, like from your likeness, your voice and everything, your facial stuff. We have all the information, all the data. You have to give up all that. You as an actor, like, let's say you're like, I don't know, what's a big actor right now?
I don't know.
For example, The Rock.
Okay, perfect example. Let's go down.
Because he's in a lot of movies.
Yeah. Go on.
So they come up to The Rock. They're like, hey, Rock, hey, we want like all your facial features, your whole license to your whole body. We all have all the information. You'd have to do no more movies. You can sit, chill at your house, whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want. We just give us a license to all that stuff. And we'll give you like $1 billion. You're straight. Your whole family, everybody's straight. You think he'll sell that? I think anybody would.
But then some people love doing this shit though. And some people like showing up there and acting and performing.
Yeah, but let's say like you already like did all this stuff and you're tired. And you think about it like as a job. Like, I gotta wake up. I gotta show up at set at 5 a.m. Blah blah blah. Like, I'm tired of this. I gotta learn script, whatever. Like, fuck that. I already paid my dues. I already did all this movies, whatever. I'm just gonna sell my whole likeness. You guys can have all that shit. Just give me all this money. You guys can do whatever the fuck. But then, like, you know, they turn against you and shit. And then they fucking...
That's how using your movies.
They drag your name through the dirt, put you in gay porn and shit.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, this how putting you in stuff that you would never agree to. That's what I'm about to say. Like, you're like, why am I like this and this? But you gave it up. This is...
Yeah, then, like, even, like, when you die, they're still producing movies, like, with you as an actor. Because you were known as this prominent actor in, like, fucking the 20th century and shit.
That's horrifying. I don't know about this likeness shit now. I don't know. That's
I'll be cool with that shit. Like, even like with Bruce Willis, with like how his doing. Hey, what's up, Stu Jersey?
Stu, you always show up at the last minute. Damn it, Stu.
Yeah, I'll be like cool with that shit. Like, if I was like Bruce Willis, I'm on my last leg. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, dude, you guys want to film Sixth Sense 2? Like, run that shit. Like,
run it.
Take all my data.
Put me in it.
Here's my likeness. Like, he licensed like his likeness and shit to these companies. Like, fuck it. I would do that shit too.
Yeah.
I don't have to work no more. You just use me, like, you know, produce whatever, like put in Bruce Willis in gay porn, whatever.
Like, I don't know who would want to watch that, but
like, okay, like whatever. Like, I'm done with this life. Like,
use me, just pay my family,
show me the money and whatever, you know.
Hey, scary going forward.
Because people are doing that shit anyway. Like, you know how they're doing like these deep fakes with all these celebrities and stuff.
Yeah.
But the celebrities not getting paid. Like, they're doing these deep fakes and they're exploiting these celebrities without the celebrities even getting paid.
Yeah, that was something I was reading this article too on Vice. It talked about what's this company called?
Came at the wrong time, Stu.
What is that?
Yeah, we're about to clock out.
What's this company called? I just saw it earlier. There's actually a company that's actually running a program, an AI program. It's actually said it says a January motherboard reported how members of 4chan quickly took a beta program from an artificial voice company called 11 Labs, and they used to generate voices of celebrities, including Emma Watson, reading sections of Mein Kampf. If anybody doesn't know what Mein Kampf is, that's Hitler's book. But he's using the actress Emma Watson.
Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf. It's basically just some Nazi book written by the ultimate Nazi Hitler. But Emma Watson,
He's known as the ultimate Nazi.
Yes, he's the face of the Nazi party. There's probably some bigger people above him. But so with this 11 Labs AI program, this beta program that does artificial voices from 11 Labs, yeah, they actually did like Emma Watson's voice, the actress, and they used her voice to read Mein Kampf. Emma Watson's, this is the actress I'm thinking of. This is the one from Harry Potter, I think.
Redhead?
No, not a redhead. Let me look it up. I'm bad with.
Let's say she's from Harry Potter.
Watson. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, she's from Harry Potter. But yeah, her voice is like reading like the words out of Mein Kampf. But this is all AI ran. But it sounds just like her from what I heard. So it's like
that's great.
And if you know anything about Emma Watson, she's like a just progressive female, like feminist type stuff. But her voice is reading a Hitler book. So it's like shit. They could.
Now, could you buy this Hitler book on Amazon?
You probably get flagged for that shit.
Oh, okay.
The government probably put you on the watch list.
I was just asking for somebody.
For a friend.
Stu says, I saw that they did that with music too, dude.
Damn it, yeah.
They were like making music, right? Like with AI. And they're using the likeness of Nirvana to make like a song like mimicking like Nirvana style. And I heard it and I was like, holy shit.
Close to it, huh?
This sounds like a Nirvana song.
Stu J
It
says
was so crazy.
Stu J says, dude rapping in the AI mod and it sounded like Kendrick Lamar was what? Sound like Kendrick Lamar was spooky. No.
Dude, like I was thinking like, I was at work, I was like, dude, like you know how like with ChatGPT, right, it can write whatever. I was thinking about just having ChatGPT writing a whole bunch of like dad jokes, right, in the style of Kevin Hart. And then when I record like my voice, put my voice in like the voice of Kevin Hart. And then run like a YouTube channel making like, like a bunch of like stand-up comedy in other people's voice, but then like naming like AI comedy or some shit like that. But using the voice of like, well-known comedians. But half the joke is being told by AI.
But with your
which
voice.
is the crazy. Yeah, which my voice, but then
and the mannerism of
like Kevin Hart or whatever.
Oh, I can see. Hey, so you fast talking. So.
Yeah, but then they're just using the voice of like Kevin Hart.
That'd be so weird hearing you fast talk like Kevin Hart.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I thought about the whole thing at work. I was like, I know all the tools to use, so I was like, I might try this.
Make it happen, man.
Right, like a little, I don't know, like a 5-minute skit doing a dad joke, but in the voice of Kevin Hart.
With your voice.
With my voice, but in the voice sounding like Kevin Hart. But it's me though.
The mannerism.
So I'm not like really, you're not really stealing nothing. It's almost like you're just doing like a style, like saying you're doing a style of like Kevin Hart or whatever.
With dad jokes.
But the joke is still original joke because it's written by an artificial intelligence, and they don't have no rights. Come at me,
yet.
Come at me, AI.
Once they start,
AI don't have no rights.
Once we start giving them 2 legs and actually make them do labor, look, then the conversation's gonna rise.
The day I can get choked out by an artificial intelligence for doing something that they're offended by, then that's when I'll stop.
Man, they're gonna
but like today, right now, AI got no rights. Come at me, Alexa. Come at me.
Next 15 years, they're gonna make a.
Come at me, Google.
They're gonna start putting.
Who else? Yahoo. What else?
Yeah, all right, man. 15 years, they're gonna start putting AIs in robot bodies and.
Open chat. What else? AOL.
Their strength is gonna have no limit.
What else you guys got? AI, come at me. All you guys.
Hey, I'm cool with y'all. When y'all see me, when y'all become when the shit happens, y'all become a real thing, and y'all can run through all my records of things I've said in y'all brain in a matter of seconds. Remember, I said this. I'm with y'all. I don't know. I want no beef.
I'm with them too. But the day like I get choked out by Amazon Alexa, where she chokes me out like physically, that's where I bend the knee. But right now, no.
With the metal hands.
Jeez. Right now, I sit on the throne.
Until they can take over.
Until I get choked out by like an AI.
Then you'll submit.
I'll be like, goddamn.
Tap, tap.
Alexa, stop killing me.
Please.
She lets go. Cancel death.
Where's my WD-40?
Cancel assassin.
A cancel assassination.
Like, goddamn. Like, who sent you? Google.
Oh, man.
But yeah, we gotta clock out. We're like overtime. And
overtime, man.
I didn't even get to do my mermaid story, but it's okay. I'll
week.
save my mermaid story.
Next week. That can be the main topic if you want. It don't matter.
Oh, yeah, it's so cool. We got a lot done today, and I only had like 3 pages, but we ran through this. Like
we did a lot of shit.
Dude,
it's a busy episode.
This is easy.
We got it.
Easy work. All right, we're about to clock out. Thank you guys for joining us. Road Jam, Stu Jersey. Thank you guys. Stu Jersey, the OG.
Yes, Bob.
Bob, another OG. Yeah.
Shell Shock showed up.
Shell Shock.
In and out. He was in and out.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll catch everybody next week. Yeah, we'll have a show next week.
Yeah, we'll be here next week.
Because we're actually going out of town. We're going to be going...
You going out of town too?
Yeah, we're going to go snowboard.
Really? I'm going out of town too. I'm going to Helen.
Oh, shit.
You going to Helen?
I think we're in Tennessee.
You're going to the road mountains, the big mountains.
Yeah, either Tennessee or North Carolina. I don't know where it's at, but it's one of those mountains. But Bob got a cabin up there, so we're going to be chilling up there.
Road James says, what's the old podcast? Your Mom's Basement. That's the old one.
Yeah, it's called Your Mom's Basement and like Inside Twitch.
Inside Twitch was the first one, right?
Yeah, but you're not going to find nothing.
Oh, there's archives.
Yeah. You don't want to go there. It's like a trash can fire.
It is. But yeah, I'm gonna go out of town too. I'm going to Helen. I got a cabin up there. And then
it might be the same cabin we're at. Make sure you take pictures.
We got a hot tub, so I don't know. It's shaped like a heart.
A hot tub too.
It's shaped like a heart.
Oh, it's not shaped like a heart.
Okay. Man, y'all be safe on the trip though, man. I didn't know you was going out of town too.
Yeah, we're gonna go snowboard and we're staying for the whole weekend. And
I'm leaving Saturday morning from home.
I'm gonna be snowboarding at the daytime.
You going at night?
Well, we're gonna get there like daytime, but we can get the night session. So
okay, I know you can do it at night.
Yeah,
I've only gone during the daytime. Man, I hope you have a good weekend. It's gonna be.
Yeah, hopefully I don't die or I don't get hurt.
Yeah, me neither. I hope not to.
I'm going double diamond slope. Let's go.
Ooh.
Fuck it. We're gonna die.
Hey,
Anyway,
don't come back in the full. Next episode, you'll be like this in a full T pose and a full body cast.
We out here live.
What?
All right, guys. Peace out. Adios. We'll catch you guys on Tuesday.
Love you guys. See you.
Oh, shit. Adios.
See you.
It's not illegal to not listen.